I've just found a new website that I wanted to share with you because it's an online system for finding email addresses of companies and of websites that you've not been able to find through normal means. The website itself, as you see here in the center, is called hunter.io. So that is the web address, hunter.io. And there is a paid version of this, but I'm using the completely free plan, which allows you up to 100 searches per month. And I think it's something that I will use very frequently. And I think you may too when you're looking for new potential clients to contact to offer them your services. So let's have a look at how it works. There are two ways to use the hunter.io service once you've created your free account with them. There is a Chrome extension that we'll have a look at in a second. So that is something you can install and use on your Chrome browser if that's the browser that you use. And the other way is through the actual hunter.io website. Let's have a look first of all at the actual website itself. Let's have a look at just one of the ways we could use this service. So let's have a look. Here is a website for a restaurant called the Eastern Eye in Lichfield. Now, firstly, if you look at the website, it's absolutely shocking. So there are lots of services that you could actually probably offer to this company, doing a website being one of them, but obviously any other social media services, email marketing services, lots of things like that. So it's a potential option for you. But if you look down here, there is a phone number, but there is not an email address. I've actually had a look through the site and I couldn't find an email address anywhere. As you see, the site is a real mess. So normally you would struggle to contact these, but let's have a look at what we can do with Hunter. I'm copying the web address. I'm coming back to the hunter.io site. I'm in the search tab here. I'm going to paste the domain name of the website for the restaurant and I'm clicking search. And there we have an email address. It says it is info@easternyelichfield.co.uk. There is a little green dot next to it, and this shows you the confidence level of this actually being a correct email address. As you see there, if I mouse over it, the confidence score is 83% that this is correct. If you come over to the right hand side, it says there are 5 sources. I click on those and these are the various places where they have actually managed to find the email address and the dates when they found it. The other thing you can do is click on this little verify tick mark here. And the system then goes away and actually checks that that is a correct email address. So it says there it is deliverable. So you can be fairly certain that this email address will actually work for contacting that restaurant. You can also connect your hunter.io account to your Gmail account. And so if you wanted to then contact these people, you could actually press this button here, and if it was connected to your Gmail account, it would actually straight away open up an email to send an email to these people. So I think you can see that that's a great way of finding email addresses where you've not been able to find one by any other means. There's a few other little things we can actually do as well within the website here. If we click on the Finder tab, this will let you find, if you know the name of a person and a company website address, as you see from the example here, johndoe@company.com. You can actually put those in there, and Hunter.io will search its database and actually try and find an email address for the person that you've actually put in there. There is also the verifier. We looked at the verifier a moment in a search, but if you actually know an email address and want to put it straight in here and just verify whether it's correct or not, you can actually do that in there as well. There is also a bulk option where you can actually upload a bulk number of website addresses, etc., for it to check if you want to, but I don't think that's a method that we would use it for our purposes. So that is the website itself. As I say, you can, if you sign up for a free plan, you can do 100 of these searches per month, which I think will be plenty for our needs. Let's also have a look now at the Chrome extension. And this is something that you can actually add free of charge to your Chrome browser. And what you get is this little icon appearing here, which looks like the same as the icon on the Hunter website. So let's have a look at a couple of ways how we could use this. So effectively, the extension for Chrome lets you do exactly the same thing that the website does. But of course, you can do it without leaving a website that you're on. So here, for example, I'm on a website for a restaurant called Pepito's. And if I look down here, there is not an email address posted at all. There's a contact page though. If I click the contact page, that brings us in here. And again, there is not an email address. All we get is a contact form. And I would rather send an email, if I can do, rather than use a contact form. Because obviously in here, you're rather stuck to the format of these, etc. So what can we do to find one? And that's where hunter.io comes in. So all I do is come up to the extension and the little icon that we've got here on our browser and click it. And there we go. It opens up and it says pepitosderby.co.uk, which is the site we're on. info@pepitosderby.co.uk. We've got the green there. We can mouse over that. It gives me a 94% confidence score. You could also verify it if you wanted to. So if we click on the verify, we can actually see there that it is deliverable. So again, it is a correct email address, so we know we can actually send to them. There are also 18 different sources for where they've actually found this email address and seen that it is actually correct. If you want to actually send an email to these, if you just click on the email address itself, it will copy it to your clipboard, so you could then just paste it into your email program or keep a note of it somewhere if you wanted to. You can also, if you want to create different categories here at the bottom, like I've created a list there for restaurants, you can actually save any of these you find into your lists if you wanted to. Although I normally, if I find one here that's useful, I can just copy it straight away and then actually send them an email or contact them in whatever way I wanted to. So let's have a look at just one other use of the Chrome browser extension. And I'm going to come on to this website here. And this is one called Cosmo. This is a World Buffet restaurant in Derby. And if we come down here, it is a difficult one. There is actually an email address there. So we can actually find an email address on here. But this is part of a chain. So is there anything useful that Hunter.io can actually tell us about this chain? So what I'm going to do is again click on the browser extension, click on the icon, and there we go. What this has actually come up with is 46 different email addresses for different Cosmo restaurants around the country. There's one in Swansea, one in Eastbourne, one in Doncaster, one in Norwich, one in Coventry, one in Romford. So there are lots of those in different places around the country. You see that we click there are more of them. There's another 36. So if you wanted to send an email to all the different branches, then you could do that. Some even have a person's name, who I guess is possibly the manager. Robert there, Yang there, William there. So there's a bit more information if you actually wanted to have that. So this has obviously not only found one email address, but I could now click on there and copy that one and send to the Wolverhampton address. I could click on there and send to the Aberdeen address, or save all of these so that I can send to them later. All in all, Hunter.io seems to be a really useful service. I will definitely be using it, and so I wanted to tell you about it too, because I think you'll get some really good use out of it. And the best thing is, it's completely free for up to 100 searches.